Scientists estimate there are between 200 and 400 billion stars in our galaxy. There are upwards of 150 billion galaxies in the observable universe. H2O does not seem to be particularly rare either. Mars has water trapped in its polar caps, and there is evidence that it was once covered in oceans. The moon Europa appears to be a world covered in a thick layer of ice. These kind of observations beg the question, where are the aliens? People like physicist Enrico Fermi started to ask, why haven't we come into contact with advanced civilizations given the vastness of the universe rich in stars? This is the Fermi Paradox, and here are some of the best and most unusual solutions to the problem. Number 1. The Armageddon Hypothesis, or the advancement of civilization almost inevitably leads to its own destruction. Perhaps technology is maladaptive to advanced civilizations because it increases the chance that they will accidentally or purposefully destroy themselves. Never in the history of humanity has the human race been in a position where it could literally wipe out most animal life on the planet if it wanted to. If all the nuclear warheads on Earth were detonated and all the nuclear power plants on Earth were allowed to go critical, most advanced life forms could be wiped out or nearly so. A third world war could ravage the planet to such a terrifying extent that it would rival a large asteroid impact in its life-killing potential. Perhaps as a civilization's power and technology grow, so does its chances of self-destruction. This could be why we haven't been contacted by any advanced civilizations capable of traversing the galaxy. They rarely exist because they almost always destroy themselves once they reach a certain point in their technological evolution. Number 2. The Virtual Reality Hypothesis, or virtual reality is better than the real world. Perhaps as an advanced civilization's computational powers increase and virtual reality systems become an increasingly dominant part of its society, a time comes when the advanced race of aliens chooses to live almost completely in a simulated reality. In this case, there would be little drive to explore new areas or exploit new resources because the prime directive of the civilization would be only to maintain the computational and energy systems necessary to support its virtual reality world. Obviously, if this were the case, they would remain in their small patch of the galaxy and the universe, and only spend enough time in the real world to maintain and power their virtual reality existence. Number 3. The Lottery Hypothesis, or life is more rare than we think. In this idea, we assume that it's actually a lot harder for life to form than many scientists believe. Earth is an extremely rare chunk of rock on which similar conditions are almost impossible to find, and where they do exist, the forces of evolution rarely conspire to mold an intelligent life form capable of developing society and civilization. Frankly, this hypothesis is kind of lame. Number 4. The Technological Ceiling Hypothesis, or aliens just aren't capable of advancing beyond a certain point. Perhaps there is some unassailable limit to biological intelligence or even machine intelligence, beyond which it is impossible for advanced aliens to surpass. In this case, because the aliens could not get any smarter, nor could their machines get any smarter, their technological development would come to a grinding halt, and the advancements that allow for interstellar or intergalactic travel simply are not possible because of this technological ceiling. Because of this limit, there have been no aliens capable of making contact with us. Number 5. The Quarantine Hypothesis, or advanced civilizations are around, but they are hiding their presence. Perhaps there is an interstellar or intergalactic federation that has a prime directive not to interfere in the development of fledgling civilizations. We are essentially under quarantine until we reach a phase of technological or spiritual development that these advanced beings deem worthy of making themselves known to. Perhaps they are studying or guiding our development from a distance unbeknownst to us. Number 6. The Transcendence Hypothesis, or the aliens are so advanced we cannot even perceive them. Maybe the aliens have either physically or spiritually transcended the physical dimensions that we can perceive. If by the time an alien civilization is capable of reaching out beyond its solar system, it has attained this new level of development, perhaps we could not even perceive them. They have transcended the physical dimensions of which we are aware and are leading a more refined existence on a plane of reality into which we have not tapped. Number 7. The cover-up hypothesis. In this hypothesis, there is no Fermi paradox. Advanced aliens have already made contact with certain governments and organizations. They maintain a limited level of communication with Earth via these networks and do not make themselves immediately known to the majority of humans. Abductions occur on a limited basis for biological experimentation or other purposes, but beyond that, communication is limited to diplomacy with governments or telepathic communication with gifted clairvoyants. Number 8. The Matrix Hypothesis, or the universe is not physical, we live in a computer simulation. If the universe is just a computer simulation, it is possible that we are the only intelligent beings the creator of the simulation sought to implant into the virtual reality we call our universe. In this case, although the universe looks vast and full of stars, galaxies, and probably life, this is all just an illusion created by the simulation in which we live. Or, the simulation has simply only allowed for one or a few life forms in the universe to develop civilizations. Number 9. The Bad Timing Hypothesis, or our timeline just hasn't crossed with any advanced civilizations. It may be that the lifespan of advanced civilizations is just a minute fraction of the age of the universe, say 1 million years or less. In this case, many advanced civilizations do develop in the universe and even within our own galaxy, but their lifespan is so short that they have either gone extinct or have yet to even develop. Our timeline just hasn't crossed with theirs, and therefore we have not been able to make contact with any interstellar or intergalactic being. Number 10. The Overlord Hypothesis. What if the first civilization to develop in the universe had strong motives to keep other civilizations from advancing beyond a certain point, or encroaching upon its power and territory? There could be an overlord civilization that had a head start in its development and has now seized control of either a large sector of the universe or the entire universe itself. Maybe this overlord civilization wields a heavy hand upon any civilization that should come close to approaching its level of development. Number 11. The Hermit Hypothesis, or advanced civilizations are not interested in expansion or travel. Perhaps advanced aliens become like old people, and they just want to stay at home, sit on the porch, and gaze at the stars. Who is to say that an advanced civilization would have any reason to keep expanding or exploring? Perhaps they are content to live as immortals in their own little paradise, where they enjoy each other's company, grow their own food, and enjoy the perfected little piece of the universe they can call their own. Maybe most advanced civilizations come to realize that technology can only improve their lives to a certain point, and after reaching a peak of technological advancement, decide to settle down and winnow the technology that improves their lives from the technology that complicates it and perverts it. Perhaps it is better to stay on your home world and sing and dance naked around the campfire, like hippies at Burning Man. Thanks for watching this Aduna's Orchard production. Please like, share, subscribe, and help us grow. Shop and support Aduna's Orchard.